But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Going into the pistol round, Nexus starting off over on the T side. And to be honest, I hadn't covered a huge amount of Ancient major, and then going into the major, I watched loads of Ancient. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but now it's starting to grow on me a little bit. I think that's always what happens with maps when they're introduced into the pool. Maybe I'm a little bit late. It's been in the pool for about a year now. But yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, and now it is starting to grow on me a little. As they start to bomb it up mid, Nexus trying to take control towards Donut with a good flash. And a good smoke kind of keeps them back a little. Now they're concealed, and the rotation can start to come through. Heavy defense here towards the B-bomb site. They just need to hit the shots. CUO, oh no, it all falls apart. Launix, 2 big kills entering on. And Maki now has to try and pick up the pieces. Big headshot onto BTN. Reloads the 2 bullets just in case he needs them later. 4 versus 3, still very winnable. The issue is for him is that no one from Nexus is facing. The flash might bait someone out. And there you go. Catholic able to trade. Still the numbers favouring Nexus though. And they should favour them further as we get deeper in. And Holmes only good for 1. Lots of damage dealt on the second man, but no kill found. Means that Nexus make it the first round on the board. Pretty good start for Marten on that CT side. They will go for the full spy. They got a couple of kills there. They can definitely justify it. Yeah, it'd be a nice little underdog story for them. It's interesting as well, so many people sort of hear that, like, Nexus have, like, a die-hard Romanian fan base. I didn't think we'd see much support for Marten today, but there have been quite a few people in the chat that want it to go their way. Bit of an underdog story, perhaps. Gigod. Good for 1 before he drops. A limited buy, so 1 for 1 isn't too bad. If the bomb goes down in the open... Ooh. Unbelievably close on the spam. It's not going to connect though. Now the man advantage here for Marten. BTN coming in from behind. This flank, this lurk play from him, so good. And for Maki, a 1 versus 4. And one that he doesn't have a lot of equity in. Of course, he was kind of quite heavily invested into this round with that MP9. I like the fact that Catholic kept his money. He wants that AWP going into the next buy-up. It won't be next round. It'll be the round following that. An AWP, a very important weapon to have if you're a primary AWP on a map like Ancient. There are those odds again. They've still not moved. I'm concerned. I'm definitely concerned at this point. And maybe they are actually updating for you guys on stream. I'm not sure. I haven't got much information on it. But they're still the same for me. Going into round number 3, Nexus 2-0 up. This is almost sort of the first time in my mind that they've kind of pulled away like this at the start. We saw a lot of upset over on Inferno. We saw like a shaky start where it went back and forth. Even on Dust 2, Nexus won the opening pistol round and then lost the second round against Pistols. So there's definitely been cause for concern when it comes to their early game. Right now, though, they're looking a lot better. BTM finding that opening kill. Up against a round like this, Maki, of course, who had saved that MP9. Everybody else on a full eco. Gigod with a deagle and a high explosive grenade, but no Kevlar behind him. I think that still classes as an eco. An eco with a little bit of flair, a little bit of jazz. Now he's taking Terra Catholic, though, means that Maki on the site has to time the swing, and a beautiful flash from Holmes actually allows him to find a freebie. The AK not retrievable. And as Renek gets up close, Maki, oh my goodness, no way does this fall away from them. I thought this was in the bag. I was saying that their early game's been shaky. But Maki, the man who saved the MP9, accompanied by Holmes, who is just the best support player that he could ask for, absolutely shuts the door. 3 kills from him, 1 accompanied by a beautiful flashbang, and then Holmes just swings with him and finds 1 more with a USP. Ragga, surely no way. No chances, walking straight into a crossfire. And there you go, Gigod takes care of him. What a ridiculous round for Nexus to lose. Just when I thought that this third and final map might be a little more one-sided, at least to start with. I'm proven oh so very wrong. The code coming up again, folks. Full 21. 100% deposit bonus when you deposit up to €100 over a Pinnacle. It's the code we're going to keep spamming you with until you remember it. And then when you do go to sign up later, you'll be like, ah, I remember that code. M&J said it to me 20 times. Braga with the Desert Eagle, lower mid. Doesn't quite find anything. Very, very narrowly misses. Launex on the other side of things, though, able to swarm right through. And I feel like that aggression in mid was a little bit bonkers. Maybe a tad needless. Good HE, though. Does lots of damage. Normally that would be really beneficial when the CTs have got those M4s, but actually right now, it's almost like the sides have flipped. There are more M4s on the T side right now than there are on the defence. It's the AK-47s that were retrieved from the last, and that AWP on Catalyc that they're working with. It'd be bizarre if they actually let this one slip. Catalyc, that is rough. That was a very, very routine AWP shot that he's whiffed. Maybe nerves coming into play a little bit. Maybe just a good old-fashioned miss. Holmes with a big double headshot, though. That was clean. It all falls onto Maki. Probably the most capable player in this scenario. But am I confident he can clutch a 1v3? Not massively. Spots out the first, takes a lot of damage, but does find the kill. Now his position is no, surely not. Launex pre-fires it, and Nexus make it 3. Not a bad recovery, to be honest. Bear in mind the absolute burn that they received in round number 3. Going into the 5th. Nexus with another decent buy. AK's out. On the other side of things, Marten have still got some decent money. Lacking on the utility in certain areas. And of course, Iuzo only down to the Desert Eagle. Lots of damage dealt early on though. Launex already tagged up low. Fennec Fox spamming away. Desperate to try and connect for something. Won't for now. BTN on the other side of the smoke, just spamming away. Won't do any damage either. Lots of time expended on this clock, because we almost hit the minute mark. Catalyc misses another AWP shot. That'd have been big if he'd hit that. Wasn't as easy as the one that he missed prior, but would have been a big kill for him to find. Either way, the aggressive team towards B are doing some huge damage. Maki with a triple. He's finally going to drop. Launex takes care of him. Rene from behind should be able to take care of the other as well. And it's somewhat recovered. A 5 versus 2 becomes a 3-on-2, and a very winnable round here for Nexus, but it's still gone south for them. Catalyc in the corner. Here's the man coming towards the doors. Absolutely has to hit this shot, and he does. Doesn't miss those ones. Spots another. Rene. Oh, that was crisp. 35 seconds left, though. Needs to go back for that bomb, and it is now being held by Holmes, who's on 50 points of health. Definitely vulnerable and doesn't want to take that fight. His teammate's miles away from the action, and if Rene kills him, then it's kind of round over. Taps the bomb, knows he's got time, baits out the swing from Holmes. Big kill found. He's planting it out in the open, though. Does have time to tuck away before Gigod picks up ramp. Oh, the timing's impeccable. And Rene now safe from the right, but does he know that Gigod's coming in from that position? Gigod's so ready for this, pre-aiming the angle, but Rene finds the headshot. What a hell of a clutch from the man. 4 kills, upgrades to the AWP. They need to be giving him a pat on the back and a mystery skin. That is such a big round from him. And it's rounds like that. It's rounds like round number 3 especially that Marten were able to snatch away the momentum and win those swing rounds over on Inferno. I really feel like that's what won them the game ultimately. When Nexus have got a little bit of luck on their side, and they are coming out on top in those scenarios, who knows what the outcome will be. Launex, big opening. Just up against these pistols, they're having a bit of a field day. Launex whiffing a little bit, runs out of bullets, so can't kill the third, but still. Finds 2 kills. BTN will find that third. No chance for Iuzo to actually go and grab that rifle either. And just like that, it looks like it will be a 5th here for Nexus, unless Holmes can take one more with him. There you go. Not bad. Rene. The man who pulled off the crazy clutch. Whiffs a little bit on that duel right there. 5-1 though. 3 players down alive for Nexus, and the money is starting to slowly but surely build. 2 reinvestments means that it will deplete a little bit, but it's not too bad. Number 7, a very important round here for Marten. If they win this one, they're back in the picture. If they lose it, bear in mind they're fully invested into this, even though they'll have the max loss bonus. If they lose it, especially without finding kills, we could absolutely be staring down the barrel of like a 7-1 scoreline, which is not what they want. We haven't had a scoreline like this so far this map. Big opening kill from Gigod though, despite the fact that he was blinded. Spams away and finds it. Trades there, but Gigod actually takes one more down with him just before he falls. Ragger's going to be kicking himself. Catholic forced out by the molly. The flanks coming in. Marten are playing this round absolutely beautifully. And PTN and Zello are almost ignoring the fact that there's still a man coming in on the flank. Oh, look at this. Catholic. He's spamming clearly far too close to the box, but either way, spots out the barrel and they have all of the information from that point. A bit of a mistake there from Zello, leaving it exposed. And there we go, 5-2. Marten don't allow Nexus to run away with this. And even though that they took quite a lead, the round that they lost being in the middle means they weren't able to establish too much of an economy and they had to reinvest. So they're in a position right now where as soon as they've lost round number 7, they don't really have the money to buy. Minimum loss bonus means it'll just be a couple of pistols that come out. That'll be all. They'll be saving money to go for the buy in the next round. Allow next. Pushed up close. Won't spot anything just yet. Uzo jiggling the angle. Timing as well from Holmes. It's absolutely perfect. Ragger takes one. It looks like that's all we'll see, though. A perfect spray down from Holmes and Ayuso. And just like that. 5-3. I feel like I'm saying his name wrong again. I can't remember what it was that my friend in the chat that corrected me said. It was like Uo. Maybe it was Uo. I think I'm saying the Z still. Either way. 5-3. Marten have finally got some more money behind them. And a decent buy to go with it. AWP on Catholic. For Nexus. The buy that they've been saving for. Rene owned down to the Galil, which is a bit of a shame, but it doesn't matter. Maki through the smoke. Spams away for both. Holmes there to support. And Zello. Once he does find one back in response, so I don't think he'll be able to do too much with this. A 1 versus 4 situation. Does take one. Does lots of damage onto Gigod as well, but that's all we'll really see. 5-4. Scoreline really tying up now. That 3D aim trainer banner popping up. Chauzy, I think he had the best flicking score. I can't remember if he had the best score overall as well of our pros that actually tested out the 3D aim trainer, but top 0.7%. That's pretty impressive. If you can beat that, then you are a gamer. You are indeed a very good gamer. Check out that banner down below if you do want to try it out. See if you can beat any of the pros that we've made to test out the 3D aim trainer. I came close, but couldn't quite beat Chauzy. For you. Oh my goodness. Just waiting for those smokes to fade, but as we saw Glaive doing some time ago now, it's kind of become quite a notorious thing to sit in those smokes, wait for them to fade. You've got the advantage if you're on the inside of them. Just by the way that smokes in this game work, by the way that your eyes and the human brain sort of works as well. Aggression through A. This gives them a lot of information. Means that they can really focus on this B site and they'll have a later flank going in. No chance for Nexus to backtrack and head over to this A site either. Not that they have the time to do so. They have to commit right now. They've got the pistols. It's been a decent round for them so far in terms of damage, but I don't think they'll be able to get much more done as they're walking straight into the crossfire on the B bomb site. And it's a complete shutdown. Holmes and Maki, once again, the dynamic duo here on Ancient. I'm not sure if I was expecting it, but there you go. Rene with a big headshot. We saw him clutch up a round like this earlier. I don't think there's much chance of him doing it here. Especially with the bomb down and quite literally no time for him to go and get it. An impossible one for him to play, so he has to stay alive. Oh, he's back. Iuo, but J like in a jar. So it's Ijuo. Ijuo. Ah, because it's like DZ. Ah, that makes sense. I forgot that. Yes, I did know that. I think Kremer told me that. Like DZ is like a j sound. Ijuo. That makes more sense. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Nexus, call a quick timeout before we get back into this, because things are starting to go south. They were 5-1 up. Now it's 5-5. And they're scratching their heads a little bit, saying, what's just happened? 4 rounds have just disappeared from us. And in the meantime, Marten are starting to build up their money as well with it. Nexus are on a full buy, but that AWP not available for Zello, and not a lot else really to spare. There's no real money in the bank behind them. If they do lose this round, of course, they'll have the loss bonus, but they'll still struggle to pull out an investment, to be honest. Raga bombing it through the molly does take some early damage. They've got to be careful, because now 3 players are vulnerable to headshots from those M4s. It's not an M4 on the other end of that smoke, though. It's Catalyk with the deadly sniper. And he's fierce to anyone. Nade rains in. Tiny bit of damage onto Zello. Not too much, though. For duo. Flashes rain over. Double defense towards Donut. I quite like this. This could be the difference maker. As soon as the duo takes contact, they're not going to be expecting a second man here, but if his back's turned, then they will. Oh, Keygob times it perfectly, though, on the swing, and oh, it's just perfect. 2 apiece. It doesn't get much better than that. Nexus caught with their pants down there. No idea what was going on there. That is such a good round. Such a nice bit of initiative as well on that defense to say, right, we're on this A site, we're a little bit vulnerable right now. We've lost mid control. What can we do to counter this? Because if we play 1 player on the A site and 1 in Donut, it gives them 2 very isolated fights. It gives them a really good chance of getting back into this round. If we double up in Donut, there's no way they expect it. We can get this little crossfire going, and it's perfect. It works really, really well. You saw those odds flashing up again, folks. Remember, if you want to get in on this game, I think it's the last game of the day. I'm not sure if anything's still going on over at the B stream. Bearing in mind how long this series has been, I'd be surprised. Ooh, alright, that's a bit cheeky. I like that. I didn't think you realised the boost was there. He just sort of spammed the corner. Well, a round advantage and a man advantage here for the CT side. No longer. As Rene finds one. Maki takes it right back, though, and that little bit of control that they had momentarily towards B is now gone. Trying to bomb the back up mid. Ijuro stuck in the corner, has to try and take the fight. It's BTN to take care of him, though. Man advantage here. Once again for the CT side. To be honest, they're being challenged quite heavily, bearing in mind they're just against the pistols, but they should still be able to recover this. Maki's in a brilliant position that's definitely not going to be checked. BTN is punished by it. Zello, 50 HP, swings wide as well. Still not expecting Maki to be in the position that he was just a couple of seconds prior, and Marten make it 7. Potential that they could actually pull off another result like they did on Inferno. Remember, their T side of Inferno, they were able to take it 10-5 at the halfway point. They've looked really good. Since going 5-1 down, they've not dropped a single round. They now sit 7-5 off of a 6-in-a-row streak. As the molly goes in, Maki looks like he'll finally be weeded out of that corner. Holmes, good for one, but without his supporting man on the crossfire, there's not a lot more he can do. Man advantage in Nexus's favour. Make it 2 as Rene. That is a fast headshot. They know exactly where Gio is. They should be able to take care of him. Oh my goodness. Jiggle peek from the headshot. Alrighty. And Gigod tries to make the heroic play happen, but Zello's there to trade it. Not too bad at all. 7-6, Nexus. They do bite back. They make sure that there's no 10-5 half on the cards. But Marten do still have money. Ah, see, I knew it was a bad word. Trying to catch me out. Don Crow. That's not a good luck word. That's a bad word. That's a rude word. I'm not saying that. I've made that mistake before. In fact, I think it was Kramer that made that mistake before. On a Havu broadcast. Said something bad in Finnish. So now I Google Translate everything. But going into round number 14, 7-6, slow stuff, of course. Nexus realise how important it is to try and close out at least one of these next 2 rounds. For Marten, with one, almost comes the other. There's not a lot of money here for Nexus, so if Marten win this one, they've got a really good shot at winning the 15th as well. No longer the max loss bonus on the Nexus side, and oh my goodness, what are they doing? You can't just walk. Like, Maki's played this position several times on this CT side. In that right-hand side of Jaguar. Or Cheetah. It's called Cheetah, not Jaguar. That's the one. I'm messing up my big cats. But, yeah, you can't just walk through a smoke like that, especially without a flash, without even a molly going in on that right side. Just throws the round away. Gigod with a big kill there. Rag are able to trade it. But as soon as they have the information, Maki's able to swing wide and take care of him. A massive round from him. And he's about to end the half with 21 plus kills. He's sitting 21-6 right now. His teammates, Catholic, for example, okay, he hasn't had the best game. He's been missing a lot of AWP shots. It's not been a great half for him. He's sitting on 4 kills. Maki has more than 5 times that. That is just mental. Almost doubling the frag count of anybody on the other team as well. He's just going above and beyond. This B bomb site is just closed for business. Nexus haven't really been able to get their foot in at all. We saw one round. Round number 13 where they were able to get it done. Going into this final round, it's a shaky buy, as I said before. With that round prior, Marten kind of take both, because there's just not a lot of money here for Nexus. They could definitely still pull it off. I'm not counting them out of it completely. But no offensive utility besides BTN's Molly. The rest just flashes and smokes. Rene has to sacrifice it all for that Galil. Raga in a similar boat. BTN, just so that he can pull out that Molotov, actually has to drop down to a Mach 10 as well. The Catholic. Go on. Oh my goodness, even the second one was close. Throughout X-ray vision. That is an exciting little couple of shots. For him, he doesn't know any better. He doesn't know that he was even close there, but millimeters away. I'm not even sure how that first one didn't hit. And unfortunately, when it actually comes down to taking the duel, he misses it. So close, but doesn't connect. 4 versus 3. Gigod brings it back level, but Launix finds one elsewhere. And Gigod can't double up. Can't take care of the flying Holmes. It's the final round of the half. There's nothing for him to save. He is going to go for this. The 3 versus 1, definitely winnable with Launix on low HP. Raga doesn't do any damage as he takes the first fight. Does get the information, though. That's key. Now they know Holmes' position. And if he pops his nade in, it could be perfect. Launix! Oh, see you later, buddy. And now it all falls onto Rene. If Holmes can pull off this 1-on-3, it'd be huge, but the timing, oh, it's so unfortunate. Looks the wrong way just at the wrong moment. And Rene swings. The Clutch King prevails again. Remember, he got that 1-on-3 early on in the game. That was when Nexus were having a good time on that 5-1 streak. They were only able to pull together 2 more since then in round number 13 and round number 15. So late half. Now they don't have to worry about their T-side all too much, though. They've moved over to the second half. Unless we go into overtime, then that's not going to be a problem. For Maki. Leading the charge with this Glock. Knows just how much pressure is on him right now to deliver. Because he has been absolutely nuts. The Julies, oh my goodness, it's cowboy mode activated for Zello as he finds himself too. Despite the fact that there are tons of bullets. Oh my goodness, that was so awkward. Alrighty. The duo does find himself the kill eventually, but that was an awkward one. Redeems himself with a crispy 1-tap onto BTM, the USP. Really, really nice. Raga, oh my. Knows where this last man is as well. The concern is he doesn't have a kit. He's just picked one up though, so now that concern's no longer one. Taps the bomb, works around, a duo faces, and he's just a little too wide. If he was tighter in there, I think he would have had a better chance of that one. Could have slipped away. But a big, big clutch from Raga. What a round from the man. Even goes and picks up those Julies from Zello that just had such a big impact. And you know, what's been interesting about this, and I don't know if it's just Ancient as a map, necessarily, rather than the 2 players, but the 2 primary AWPers are having a terrible game right now. Catholic and Zello have had very, very little impact in this first half, and they're both the primary AWPers. They're both the heavy hitters. Zello was going huge over on Dust 2. He is a massive, massive reason, a massive part of Nexus's successes over on map 2. And here he's just not really very present. Raga. Lots of damage through the smoke. Can't find the kill. A duo somehow still alive. And that C4 is going to be tapped down just in the corner. Should be committed. There we go. Just about goes down. A duo. The Guardian Angel saves his teammate from falling there. Holmes tucked in the corner. I'm not sure if they saw him cross. No, they didn't. All right. I thought they did, but maybe not. Tucked in the corner. The beat comes in. There's the first kill. Does take some damage. Swings wide for the second. Only the Mat 10, unfortunately, though. If it was an AK in that scenario, we might have seen a different outcome. 9-8, Nexus take it. As Marten went for a bit of an ambitious force buy round there. It was very close. I say ambitious. They got 4 kills and a bomb plant in the first round. So it is definitely an expected force buy round. But yeah, they weren't able to take it over the top. So 9-8, we'll probably see an eco now, despite the fact they got another bomb plant. That round didn't come particularly close. Sometimes you see teams in those scenarios, they get back-to-back bomb plants in the pistol and the follow-up. If that follow-up round comes down to like a 1v1 or like a clutch that they lose or something, then sometimes you'll see them justify go for like another proper buy in this round. For Marten, that's not the case. A couple of pistols come out, a little bit of Kevlar, a bit of a half investment to be honest. But they're not going to fully commit into this. The duo, unfortunately, can't find the headshot there. Zello takes care of him. And we will see another man advantage here for Nexus, and more than likely a 10th round. An advantage, make it 2. Zello might be able to find a 3rd. No. Not today. Gigod takes them. Ooh, timing's bad. Almost finds the kill though. Launex finishes off Gigod as well. And whilst a lot of damage is dealt that round, there's only 2 kills at the end of it. So bearing in mind the investment that they had, it's kind of your break-even point, I suppose. Realistically, they're probably looking for 3 kills there. Bearing in mind they bought Kevlar, they're hoping for the round. And I really like the fact that Catholic hasn't gone for an AWP here. He's clearly not hitting his AWP shots this game. Now, that's no discredit to him throughout the series. He's been really good throughout the series. But yeah, it can sometimes be really hard as a primary AWPer. When you go into a map and you're just not really hitting your AWP shots, it can sometimes be really hard to like accept that and just not buy an AWP at all. Go into a map sort of saying, yeah, I need to focus on just buying myself a rifle here on this T side. Play a supporting role rather than playing that sniper. Not a bad opening from Rene. Duo does manage to trade it out, but Rag is there to respond. God falls as well. And it's kind of going crazy back and forth. Catholic does get the trade, though. All important with that AK-47. Maybe wouldn't have come through if there was an AWP in play. And the 2 versus 2. A very important one. Ragga and Launix. Interesting positions. No presence actually on the A site itself. Ragga instead in Donut. And the flank from miles away. Launix will be a very important piece to the puzzle a little bit later. Smoke's going to go down, though. Maki's going to tap in those digits. By the fact that they've not spotted anything on site, anything towards CT, they should be expecting this flank. They won't, though. But Catalic's there to respond. Launix drops. And oh, it's just so close. Ragga taps it, flicks up, 6 HP, but it doesn't matter. Finds the kill. And that's kind of heartbreaking for Marten, as Nexus make it 11. I have sound again. Sorry guys, that's why you don't buy a wireless headset. Just died on me. Just had no sound. No idea what was going on. 11 to 8. When I say this way, you don't buy a wireless headset. Wireless headsets are still good. You should definitely buy a wireless headset, but just don't be lazy like me and forget to put it on its stand. Big opening kill from Launix. 5 versus 4. Instantly traded though. Maki still having a big impact. Now remember, he did finish the half on 21 kills, so the fact that he's only just hit 23 going into round number 20 is maybe a little bit concerning. He's not outputting that same kind of damage that he was in that first half. That's somewhat evident in the rounds that they've lost. Now's his time to bite back, though. Ragga creeping into mid. Support from BTN. They've completely left A, though. I'm not sure how I feel about this. They're giving up so much control. As they push in here, right? As soon as BTN realizes that there's no presence towards B, Ragga's going to panic. He's going to run back towards Donut, get smoked off. Molly goes in. All right, it's a bit of a hurrah to try and save the site for a few seconds. That's a massive mistake. Now they'll go for the retake. Admittedly, their A-site retakes have been pretty successful, so I don't want to count them out of it. But it seems very bizarre in that scenario with no real info, no real map control, and it's not like you've got a man disadvantage or anything. It's a 4v4 to just completely be giving up the A site like that. That was a big gamble, and it was one that did not pay off. Not yet, at least. Ragga. Flash comes in. There's the swing from Zello. Big kill on the close player. They should know that one's boosted, or at least they should somewhat anticipate it. The 4v4 A-site retake, there's always someone lingering there. As they find all the other kills, Catholic trying to play the trigger discipline. Does find one second kill through. But as he gets taken down, Nexus will get that defuse in, and they've definitely got a kit, of course. They've not dropped around yet on the CT side. Their money's flourishing. They're always going to have kits on their belts. As those odds come up, they're still the same. They've not changed at all. At least not for me. I don't know. Marten calling a quick timeout though. Those timeouts were very, very impactful in the earlier maps, so maybe this would be their time to try and fight back. We'll see. Coming over mid. No ops in play once again. It's a full rifle setup, but this time Nexus don't even need the rifles. They've got the utility. Bombard the nades in lower mid and it's free. Marten down without too much money. The duo only on that Galil. And they haven't got the money for the offensive util. And as they swarm into the B-bomb site, they're just completely shut down. Duo, the only man that gets out of it alive. 2 kills found. The only 2 that were in the round as well. Now he's got a 1-on-3 to try and clutch up. Does have the information on Rene. He's low HP as well, so definitely a man that he could take care of potentially, but not when Rene's spamming through the wall like that. How can you counter that? 13-8, Nexus are stealing the show, and even after Marten's timeout, which, as I say, have been really, really impactful throughout this series. We've seen them time and time again call these pauses and come out the back of them with brute force. This time they just couldn't do so. (13-8), 6 in a row here for Nexus on the CT side. My only concern for them is they did this in the first half, and then they lost almost every round from that point forward. This time, for their sake, let's hope this momentum continues, and not just for their sake, but for all of you Nexus fans out there. I know there's a big, big Romanian fan base for these guys. And you've kind of been blessed with, as I kept saying earlier, like, this core of players that have just been so loyal to the organization and the Romanian scene. Rene, can't quite connect there. So much damage has been dealt this round, but no kills for Nexus thus far. A duo on the flank. Oh, the timing is rough there for Launix. He was actually watching it for so long. Just as he turns away, that's when it comes through again. Raga, oh no. Time and time again this round, they've just been caught out looking the wrong way. Even Tanky got down to 1 HP. The trade does come through from BTN, of course, but Holmes takes care of him. 13-9. Marten don't roll over and lose just yet. They've still got some fight in them. And they might be good for double digits here, as Nexus actually don't have any money, so I wouldn't be surprised if they call a timeout right now to discuss what they're going to do, because right now no one's bought anything and they have 2 players on double eco. So this is definitely concerning. Next round, Launix, Zello and BTN will absolutely have money to buy. Rene and Raga just won't. So unless they're going to be down to like a half buy, maybe BTN could drop one. Could drop like a FAMAS or something if he's conservative with his util. We'll see. It's hard to predict at this stage. Nexus somehow finding that opening kill just with the pistols. Raga, he's actually having a good game. He hasn't had the best of series, but this has been a good game for him. With this man advantage, look at this. Nexus have read this like a book. They're all outside of the B bomb site. I don't think they're going to be able to win this round, but economic damage is huge at this point. Marten don't have a huge amount of money, and as they push through, they tried to get this coordinated swing, but they're all just blinded by this flashbang, and there's not a lot they can do. For a full eco, 2 kills actually really isn't too bad at all. If Raga can find one more here onto Catholic as well, gets the timing onto him, but doesn't take his time with it. Can't hit the headshot. 13-10. As I say, for a full eco, 2 kills actually isn't bad at all. But yeah, as we come into the closing rounds of this game, remember, folks, if you're quick, you could probably sign up to Pinnacle just before this game ends and get a bet in if you want to. Code 421 is what you want to be using. Those odds are on screen, but I don't think they're right. At least they're not for me. I'm pretty sure there's some pretty good odds for this one, though. We're in the third map. It's close. Nexus are probably the favourites, or almost certainly the favourites, but there's definitely a chance that Marten can pull this one back. We've seen them really, really good when their kind of backs are against the wall in these scenarios. Oh, a duo. Oh my goodness. This is what I mean. This is what Marten definitely can just pull it back if they're hitting shots like that. 2 big kills, traded by Raga though. So back into the 2v2 situation. Rene's going to swap out to an AWP. Launix, the playmaker right now. I think he spotted the foot. Did he spot the foot? I think he did. Either way. What's the most important right now is getting that kill. Can't stop the plant, but gets the kill regardless before Gigov can really get up and get his gun out. Maki, it's such an important clutch, and he just can't find it. The first kill was perfect, but Launex pressures through and makes sure that he takes care of it. 14 on the board for Nexus. The first kill as well onto the bomb plant, so quite comical. I love the ragdoll. I absolutely love the new ragdoll physics, where if someone's got momentum, and I think it really amplifies it as well. Like, if you shoot someone while they're running, then they kind of like fly forward. But in that scenario, just come off the bomb. And if you imagine like slowly crouching upwards and then he gets shot, he's just flown into the air. It's weird. It doesn't always work as intended, but I think it looks funny. 14 to 10, Nexus. They can take this one. They'll push themselves onto map point. They'll have 5 chances to close, and they'd have to make a serious screw up to not be able to close in that scenario, I think. This has been a really hard-fought game from Marten, though, and I don't want to be giving like my kind of closing speech just yet, because they've still got a chance of pulling this one back. But I've been seriously impressed with them as a team. Bear in mind, I'm just not familiar with a fair few of these players. They put up a really good fight today. The game against Unique yesterday was fantastic. The fact that they're here going kind of tit for tat with Nexus and taking them to a third map could have very easily gone their way in the second, could still go their way here in the third. There's definitely a lot of potential for this team in this tournament and beyond. Maki, big opening kill onto Rene. There's one from Catholic as well. 2-man advantage. Marten looking to make this 11. And if they do, Nexus will have no money again. We could see 14-12 before the next buy comes out. Raga trying to make that an impossibility as he takes the kills. Does so much damage and does enough that Zello can line him up. Comes in from the side, 3 sprayed away, and Maki, the man that you'd want in a clutch scenario like this, is the last alive. On the flank, Zello drops, can't make it 4. Maki now in the one-on-one. Last time couldn't clutch it up, this time he can. Marten make it 11 off of the back of a Maki clutch and 3 kills in total. Absolutely perfect. And look at this again. It's not the cleanest of clutches, I'll be honest. Could have gone for the headshot with the first, instead just committed to the spray, knew that he was on uneven ground, and if he tries to tap his head, maybe it misses. Maybe that could cost him. So just commits to the body sprays for both, but you know, he wins it. That's what's important. 14 to 11, overtime definitely on the cards again here. I'm not sure if my little faint heart can handle it. Launex with a big kill with the nade stack early on, but I think that this eco rush will probably be crushed, and it is. Maki with a double to finish things off. Juzo got a double as well there, Gigod with 1, so 14 to 12, everybody getting their fair share of kills. Maki hitting a 30 bomb as well, he's on 31 kills right now. On the other side of things, Launex on 26. Zello's really picked it up. He was really lacking on the fragging going into the second half. Since then, he's really sort of pulled his weight. Sitting on 18 right now. Catholic starting to pick it up as well. He finished the first half with 5 kills. He was really struggling on that AWP. Since then, he kind of opted for a rifle for a few rounds, got his confidence back up. Now he's back on the sniper, and I'm interested to see if it makes the difference. Maki, aware that he's being pressured with the pistols again, and Nexus, I actually thought that this would be their buy round, but I didn't realise just how rough their economy was. They had no loss bonus because they've won so many rounds in a row in the opening of this half. And this is where it just goes south so quickly. When you have such a good start to a half, you go 14-10 up, but your economy's still fragile. You've had lots of close rounds, lots of close clutches. As soon as you lose it, you lose control of that economy. You can very quickly lose control of the rounds as well. 4 versus 4. Retake, not really viable here for Nexus. But of course, I say not viable. It's obviously viable because they've got nothing to lose. But in terms of its winnability, probably not. Just hoping for some exit frags or something here. There's not much to save either. Raga has found himself an AK. He'll definitely be looking to hold on to that. But any economic damage they can do to their teammates would be massive. Any rifles that they can grab would be great as well. Even though they will be on a buy in this round, those AKs are a little more desirable. And as Zello pressures Maki down, Maki's kind of shooting the wrong way, but it doesn't matter. Time saves him. I'm not sure if the USP would have been able to take care of him anyway. He's a snappy man with an AK. 14-13. Nexus still in control, but only in a hair's breadth. And with rifles on all 5 members here at Nexus, no AWP available for Zello. Catholic with one of his own. I quite like this aggression from Nexus. Over toward B, they've completely funneled it out. They haven't aggressed through the doors into T-spawn or anything like that, but they've now got masses of control, they've got brilliant positioning. The Sun really blesses Rene there. He gets the advantage in that duel all day long. He's able to slip away before he's challenged by the second as well. BTM with one more. The peek comes through. Ijuzo gets the timing nicely. There's a boost over the top of this smoke. Maki should be able to spot Launix here as it starts to fade. Launix is going to take himself in this corner. Will he fall back? He's holding it. He's definitely not expecting both, though. And that's a really nice configuration. Back into the 3-on-3. Less than a minute on this clock. Marten, this round is very, very important. Almost do or die for both teams, to be honest. I'm a little more concerned for Nexus, though. If Nexus lose this round, it goes 14-14. They don't have money. And Marten would more than likely be able to secure that 15th and match point. Map, series point, very, very important stuff. Molly goes in, forces back the defense. BTN's there to find the first, though. And then, it just can't trade. Catholic narrowly misses, and he knows that he can't double dip. They know exactly where he is, and all eyes are on his position. He's relying on a duo to find that first, and he does. Big opening kill. Nade goes down. Zello tagged up. Catholic swings wide, goes for the 1-for-1 and takes it. And a duo with 10 seconds left, 14 HP. Needs to try and win this fight, and oh my goodness, the timing. I'm not sure if he'd have taken it anyway. He was low on health, but there was a chance that that headshot could have come through and made all the difference. Instead, he pulls the bomb out again, just at the wrong moment, thinking that that tap hadn't baited out the opponent, when in fact it had. It was just a little delayed. He was a little bit further back than he thought. And Nexus are going to call a quick timeout here. They've got 2 chances to close. They definitely don't want to let it slip. If they lose this round, they'll be on a shoddy buy in the 30th to try and make it happen. It was like this, but the other way round on Inferno. Nexus were able to pull back 2 in a row, and a crazy clutch as well from, I think it was Raga. Raga or BTN. I can't remember. I should probably take notes in those scenarios. Maybe someone in the chat can help me out. That managed to pull off that 1v3 on Inferno to take it to OT. Unfortunately for Nexus, it wasn't enough to win them the game. They ended up losing it in double overtime regardless, but 15-13, surely they don't make the same mistake twice. This time Zello has got an AWP to play with. By the looks of things, though, Raga hasn't got anything on himself, unless there's a gun on the floor waiting for him. He's really sacrificed himself here. No, there is an M4. Okay, alrighty. I don't know why he's got a deagle. I feel like it would make sense to drop that deagle over to Zello, but fair enough. Maki. Leading the squad here over towards the B bomb site. Really the last chance to stay alive in this one. The elbow spotted, but the flashbang perfect. Launix just needs to line him up, and he's there for one. Rene there to support him as well with a FAMAS through the wood. He plays that position so well. He knows all the spam spots, and it's perfect. BTN could have actually swung and denied that plant there. Instead, wants to play it safe. They've got the man advantage. They're playing for the retake, and he doesn't need to be the first to die. Instead, he waits for them to aggress into his position, and he finds one. So much damage done onto the other two. It's surely game over at this stage. 15-13, and I think this is the end of the road here for Marten. Both players so low on health, but oh no, it's all gone south. Rene drops, Raga spots out the arm, swings wide. It's a very doable clutch for him. He's got the kid as well as he taps the bomb. Surely Holmes swings this. No, he calls his bluff. Has to swing it now, and he hits the headshot. Holmes, oh my goodness. 15 points of health, and he keeps the dream alive. He's not just the brains of the operation. He's the clutch man. He's everything right now for Marten. And with Maki's just expertise, he's making it happen. What a ridiculous clutch. Raga's got to be kicking himself. And for Marten, they call the timeout. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So much hype. That TeamSpeak server must have erupted after he clutches that round. And there's two beautiful things there that Holmes has done. Firstly, he's not called the bluff on the initial tap. Now, to be honest, some scenarios, pros don't fake it. In that scenario, Raga was absolutely right to tap that bomb. He knew that the final man was low, and he knew that even a jiggle peek should have been enough for Raga to win that fight. But no, Holmes doesn't fall for it, stays hidden. It's only when the second tap comes through that he swings wide. It was still another fake. Holmes definitely should have dropped there, but he was so quick to the trigger, hits that headshot, wins them the round. The issue is that with only him surviving, there's not a lot of money in the tank, and they've got to come in with Mach 10s, but it seems to be working, pressuring through. The Mach 10s prevail. The CT side, they just can't defend with it, and Catholic from the backside should be able to take BT, and instead he whiffs. Oh no! BTN doubles up. It shouldn't make a lot of difference. It's still all on to Rene in the 1-on-3 hit. But if Rene clutches this, I can't help but feel that Catalic's going to be kicking himself. He doesn't know. Giggle takes care of him. We're going to overtime, folks. Oh my goodness. How did Marten stay alive? It's all on Holmes' shoulders from that clutch. Unbelievable stuff. More Counter-Strike to be played, I suppose. Any bettors on this game? You guys are going to be seriously sweating right now, surely. Anyone that's got big money on this? This has been such a stressful game. I mean, for me, it's not. I get to watch it and enjoy it. But for anybody that's got something on the line here, whether you be a fan, whether you be a bettor, this has been an unbelievably stressful game. Zerlo on the angle. Oh, flicks down, narrowly misses. I like the initiative on the boost, but it doesn't connect. And they're playing like a really passive defense on this B site. They have been previously. It was working earlier, and now Marten seems to have a bit of a grasp on it. The issue is that the bomb hasn't crossed yet, and the AWP's on the angle. Zello takes care of one. That's Gigod on the site. The bomb still has to get across to be planted, and Raga's on a long flank. It didn't seem too impactful earlier, but now the bomb site's been held and Raga can pounce. I'm very surprised that Holmes anticipated that and actually spun around before the shot came through. But either way, it connects. Holmes, oh my goodness, not again, surely. Doubling down, triples on the third. Holmes, you absolute demon. My goodness, I'm not used to seeing hero plays from Holmes like this. I'll be honest. I've watched this man many a time. He's normally a middle-of-the-road fragger, and he makes up for it with the big brain calls, but my goodness, is he keeping Marten in this. The man of the hour, the hero of the last 5 rounds. What a player. What a player. And Nexus are making mistakes in these scenarios. Let's be completely honest. Especially in that one there. That's a 3 versus 1. They shouldn't ever be losing that scenario. Holmes didn't even have the bomb as well. He had to pick it up. Getting too audacious. Facing 1 by 1. And it's costing them. Catholic with a big kill there with the AWP. Brings it back into a 4-on-4. For Rene. Jiggling these angles. BTN spots one in mid, takes some damage through that wall. In fact, he doesn't. The bullets whizzed straight past him, but Rene forced back by the molly. Catholic could go for a peek here. They've heard him take that tickler damage. They know he's in this position. Instead, Holmes is going to try and jump and try and bait out the shot for him, but Catholic's just missing. This has been a horrendous game for him. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Alright. I don't want to bash him too hard, but this has been a really bad game from Catholic. Really, really bad. He needs to just throw away that AWP and just rifle. I don't think I've seen him hit a single sort of decent AWP shot this game. It's hit like a few routine ones, but so many key shots that have been missed. And there you go. Taken care of through the smoke. This should have been a round that had so much more equity for Marten. Instead, it leaves the duo in a 1 versus 3, and there's not a lot he can do. You can kind of see the frustration from Catholic. He runs away from that duel. He's shaking his mouse. He's saying, I'm not happy with this. Even though it's overtime, even though you've got that extra money, I know that he's obviously going to be pulling an AWP out in that scenario, but I wouldn't be surprised if he just pulls out an AK here. Just get out an AK. No, Holmes is going to drop him an AWP anyway. Okay. It's just been rough. It's been a rough time for him. Maybe fatigue coming into play as we go into this third map, but yeah, a lot of key shots missed with that AWP. If they end up losing the game, it could definitely be something that it could be blamed on. If they win it, then it doesn't matter. It's party time anyway, and your missed shots are concealed by the fact that you've won the game, you've won the series, you've fought hard. Viraga on the angle, waiting for this smoke to fade. 16-16, so still an even playing field. 19 is the magic number these two teams are looking for. 18 apiece would take it to double OT. A massive shot missed there from Raga. That was so close, I almost thought he'd hit it, but instead, the leg from Catholic, it's huge. The molly comes in and actually finishes him off. That was a big kill for him to find. And kudos to him. I was bashing him last round because he missed some really key shots, but that was an important one to hit. Gives them a very, very important man advantage, and they can fall away and try and regress elsewhere. Background towards the B side of things. The issue is the time on this clock. Nexus haven't really moved the muscle. They're still playing this 2-2 setup with BTM finding one over towards A. It's now 4 versus 2 on the B side of things, but there's not a lot of time. 30 seconds on the clock. The crossfire is perfect, and no one from Marten even finds a kill in that round over towards that B side of things. There's only Catholic that finds the opening on A. Lots of damage dealt. No kills found. The crossfire holds up very, very nicely. 17-16. Nexus 2 away from the finish line. 1 away from securing the double overtime. Whew. Glad I got a couple of days off after this. It's been a lengthy one. And to be honest, from what we've seen so far, it's not really showing any signs of stopping. I think we definitely could be looking down the barrel of a double overtime, especially with the duo finding that kill right there. If Marten make this 17-17, then both teams will be on the edge. Both teams will have no margin for error. And a duo forced out by the molly. That's a brilliant play there from Rene. Turns the flash, goes behind. Gigod pre-fires the corner. Perfect stuff. Big kill found. An advantage back in their favour. Not really tradable either. If they had another molly, it'd be brilliant, but they don't. Instead, BTN's just going to be crouch walking it around the corner on the peak. Gigod, timing's perfect. Spots out the barrel of the AWP, and Zello, he's really drawn the short straw there. He's seen BTN cross. He thinks it's safe, and it's not the case. It does eventually drop, but Holmes is there to take care of the bomb. Less than a minute on this clock. Rene, still plenty of time, to be honest. As he grabs that C4, needs to trade out this kill onto Holmes, though. No idea where Maki's playing from. Does know where Holmes is, though. He just reloaded and jumped, so definitely gives away his position. Rene teases the idea that last man could be towards Donut. He's right, but it's Maki. The last man you want to be against in that scenario. If it's anyone else, then it's winnable. But Maki? No. He doesn't miss those. 36 kills. The man's currently on. Looking to try and top his 48 bomb that he hit on Inferno in the first map of this series, but I don't think that'll be happening. I'm actually interested to see. I'm going to go check HLTV, like what his rating is right now. Because this man's on fire. Fire. Yeah, throughout the series, 76-47 with a 1.59 rating. That is unreal. Zello on the other side of things, 64-50 with a 1.32 rating on Nexus. So he's having a hell of a game as well. Mega impacts. Holmes actually the lowest rated player on the server throughout the series, despite the impact that he's had. The massive impact that he's had going into the closing moments of Ancient. And I'm not sure what's just happened here. Are we going to see... Yeah, we're going to see a round restart. Holmes has just disconnected. He heard what I said and it's hurt his feelings. I'm just kidding. He's probably had some kind of internet issue or something, but hopefully he'll be back very, very shortly. And luckily there was no damage dealt before he disconnected, because that wasn't like a pre-round thing, that was mid-round, but there were just no engagements yet, so lucky man, because round doesn't get reset if there's already damage done, unless the other team are nice and they agree to it, I think. I think that's the rules. I think that's how it works. And there he is. He's back in the server. And our marvelous admins are really good at like resetting everything, resetting the round so the money's all correct and stuff. I remember watching videos of old tournaments, like I don't think I'm allowed to say names, but like old tournaments back in the day where they wouldn't have these same kind of server configurations. They wouldn't have the wonderful admins that we have here at Relog, and yeah, they'd have to like simulate the rounds. So you'd like if there was a server restart and they weren't able to restart the server again from the round that it was on with the right amount of money. So like they'd have to go into mid and each team would have to like kill each other in a certain order to make sure that the money was correct and stuff. It's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. But now we have modern technologies. Fast presence towards mid again, a duo. I quite like this. Dancing around the smoke as he's flashed. He kind of tucks behind it. Oh, they're kissing each other, pretty much. Onyx could have headbutted him. Headshot up close. Catholic unable to trade for now. Geegod misses his shot as well. That's rough as the nade bounces in. He knows it. He knows it. Tries to jump out the way, but it's not going to happen. The nade takes care of him. 2-man advantage. Make it 3 as Holmes drops. 4 as Launix finds another. And there you go, finishes off the job just like that. Catholic, nothing he can do there. 18-17, Nexus. Unbelievable. Oh, I was about to time out the guy that was spamming, but I'm not a mod. Can't be trusted. So, either way, 17-18. Nexus on map and series points. Try and close this one out. Raga with a big opening onto Holmes. Checking that right-hand corner. Perfect stuff. The flash is brilliant as well. Maki in the smoke. The molly lands right in it. Somehow takes some weird damage from the molly even though it was extinguished. He finds the kill regardless, despite the fact that they were pre-aiming that because they knew he was in that corner. Almost got CSGO'd there, but luckily his aim and his fast reactions make up for it. Rene on the other side of things. Man advantage here for Marten. If they can win this round, they make it 18-18. They go to double OT. Rene pulled off an incredible clutch earlier on. He's been a big player this game. This map especially. 31-23 right now. Only 1 assist. He's not been tagging his opponents. He's been killing them. Zello, he's been amazing throughout this series as well, but he's been a little slower, a little more quiet here on Ancient. Almost as quiet as the server is right now. Nobody wants to be the man to make the mistake. Nexus don't want to be going to double OT. Marten do not want to be losing here. They've fought too hard for this to let it slip right now. The man advantage. They've cut it. They've just left it too late. They've left it completely too late. What is going on right now? Alrighty, well, we're going to double OT, folks. I don't really get what that was. I'll be honest. I will be perfectly honest. Nexus waited really, really late. They were hoping for some kind of late aggression. Obviously, Marten weren't going to give it to them. They had the man advantage. They had the B site control. They had perfect crossfires in place as well. But yeah, Nexus went for a very late execution. Tried to take B site with 10 seconds left. I don't think that's going to work very often. So yeah, they were just timed out. 18-18. We're going to double OT. Well, OT2, folks. Marten on that CT side, they've been doing pretty good on this defense, to be honest, so I'll be interested to see what they can do with this one. Launex pushing right through, pressured down by the M4. A duo. Could have been a kill for him, unfortunately. Just misses out. That box kind of sponges a lot of the damage that those bullets really carried, and Launex wins the fight. 33 points of health. Just less than the amount of kills he's got right now. 35 for him. This has been an insane series. For anyone that's just joining us, the first map went to double OT that Marten were narrowly able to take. Second map went 16-14 in Nexus's favour, and now we're at the double OT point in map number 3 too. These two teams are just inseparable, and to be honest, both deserve the win. Catholic, perfect bit of aggression, brilliant flank as well. Pulls the trigger, wants to secure that man advantage. Could have maybe done more had he have waited. Zello, though, now watching the backside. Maki with one. Zello doubling up. Brings the man advantage their way as the smoke starts to fade. Rene wins the fight. Catholic, a bit of a whiff there. If he'd have won that duel, it'd be 2v1 in their favour. The C4 still yet to go down, though. And Holmes is called upon for another clutch. Knows that Ragger's behind the sides, but Ragger too quick to the shot. 19-18. Such a close round with Rene tagged down to 2 HP. Unbelievable stuff. Maki's hit the 40 bomb in the meantime. What does that bring his kill count up to in the series? Let me refresh this page. Oh. Alright then. Really? Oh, okay. Alright, just refreshed HLTV. It said it was IP banned, but I've just refreshed it again and now I'm not anymore. So, easy. Yeah, it hasn't actually updated, but he must be on about 80 kills right now for the series, which is absolutely crazy. Lots of damage dealt onto Catholic early. Oh my goodness, that's spam! Oh, it's so close. Ragger tagged down to 10 HP. Not finished off though, but a duo's done a lot of damage. Maybe he doesn't know it. I think he probably would have heard the dink sound though. Either way, the aggression from Maki's perfect. Takes down Launex and Rene. They're 2 full HP players as well. Ragger's still low and vulnerable. The duo almost certainly wins this fight. Are they going to flash through though? If Ragger just walks in without a flashbang, it's suicide, and there you go. He falls. BTN makes the same mistake, walks right around the corner trying to trade, and he falls to the same fate. Zello will be able to trade it out eventually, but it's kind of too little too late. 4 versus 1. Was a 5v1. Now made a tad easier because he's got the C4, but 30 seconds left on this clock. Maki's coming in from behind and with a bit of a vengeance, and Zello looking like he just wants to save here. He's not actually trying to commit to any kind of bomb site. Maki's very aware that he's over towards this left-hand side. And there you go. Kill comes through. 43 for him. Still looking to try and top that performance from earlier on with the 48 kills. I didn't think it was possible, but here he is. You know, Maki's just unbelievable. He's really, really impressed me today. 21-year-old. Only been playing CS for a couple of years. Still fairly new to the scene from Croatia, and he's just unreal. Again, a double kill. He's just invincible. 45 to his name. Swaps out to the AWP. Bogdan's law dictates it. Just continue to go back and forth. 19-19, Marten with the advantage in this round, just down to Maki's heroics. Kind of feels like when Maki dies in a round without much impact, that's when things start to go south. If no one else makes a big play, then they tend to let it slip. But when he's finding the big openings like that, that's where it goes the other way. BTN, ooh, Does find it. All right. He saw the backside, didn't pull the trigger. I quite liked the discipline on that. I was worried that he wasn't going to win the fight at the end of it, though, as his teammates have dropped his position now known. And whilst he had a brilliant flank going on, I don't think it's going to have too much impact any longer. The bomb not in his control. Maki on the angle. Should be his third of the round. It's actually his fourth of the round, sorry. As he hits 47 frags. 47. 20-19. The second OT half ends. 22, the magic number, folk, remember. If both teams hit 21, then we go to triple OT. And that's where it gets a little crazy. I couldn't tell you who's going to take this one either. I'll be perfectly honest. This has gone so back and forth. Neither team are looking particularly better than the other. Obviously, Maki's just going above and beyond, but... And people in the chat pointing out how many clutch rounds Nexus have lost, and they're absolutely right. I mean, there have been a fair few rounds that Nexus have won. In clutch situations, not in their favour. Obviously, earlier on in this game, Rene pulled off a really big 1v3, round number 4 or 5, I think. That was kind of huge. But yeah, generally speaking, the general narrative has been that Marten have just been continuing to win these clutch rounds, even when they're in these 1v3, 1v2 situations. You just can't count them out because there's been some crazy, crazy clutch plays. Holmes, the unlikely suspect for it as well, was the one that pulled off the massive 1v3 clutch to actually take us to overtime in the first place, and then another one in the second round of OT to level it out 16-16. So he's a big reason of why we're still here. He's a big reason as why Marten are still in the runnings for this one. For Catholic. He has regained a bit of confidence with this AWP. We, as I pointed out earlier on, he was missing a lot of key shots. Felt like he lost a little bit of confidence in it. Now he's pulling it out again, and he's been more consistent. Zello, he's just holding for the boost right now. A boost or a jump spot. If anyone tries it, he should be able to tear their head off. And there you go. Catholic, punished for the jump spot. Zello's too ready for you. Such a ridiculous angle to play, but I love it. And obviously it works. The man's got a massive brain. That's fun to watch from Catholic's POV as well. Nothing he can do about that one whatsoever. For Holmes, flash comes in. On the angle, lots of damage dealt. The swing comes through. He does take Rene 1-for-1. Not too bad. It's still the man advantage for Nexus, though. With 26 seconds on this clock, Marten needs to get a wiggle on. The issue is they've blitzed onto the A site, but they don't have control of it. They haven't cleared that back room. That's where Ragga's lingering. C4 will go down, though, and in the head angle, Gigod plays it absolutely beautifully. Knowing he's against an AWP, plays that very well. Molly comes in a tad premature, gets extinguished by the smoke. So it won't really slow them down. Launex on the other side of this smoke reads that like a book. And Maki now left in the 1-on-3. If he pulls this off, then this man deserves a medal as he pokes up, finds one, almost a second, but can't take it. As we go 20-20, Nexus stay afloat. Maki's hit the 48 mark. He's level with where he was on Inferno. Crazy, crazy stuff. My HLTV actually hasn't updated. It hasn't updated since it said to me that I was banned. Maybe I am banned. How does that make any sense? I don't know. It doesn't like me. It doesn't like me. Oh, there we go. That bit still hasn't. But anyway. Anyway. Double up setup for the CT side. We haven't seen it all too often, but in overtime it's definitely viable. And for Nexus, there's kind of nothing to lose. They need to go for something funky here. Launix tagged down very, very low through those spams. And Zello on this angle again. Surely Catalyc doesn't make the same mistake on the jump spot. Surely not. If he does, he's a fool. Smoke goes down though, so no chance for Zello to pull off the punishment that he did last time round. Holmes, oh, that's rough. Big trade from Maki, though. Doubles down as well. 50 bomb now hit. Can't make it 51 as Zello. Was that a collab? I think it was. I don't know what happened there. We're in a 2-on-2, though. Zello somehow kept him afloat. Marten looking for this 21st. In fact, both teams looking for this 21st to secure triple OT. And give them the upper hand at trying to close this one out. BTN coming in from behind, though. This could be perfect, but it could be anticipated. Kigov with the flash, but oh my goodness, he's in front of it. The flash lands behind. Ijuo connects the shot, but I don't think he's got time. Darting over towards the A bomb site. This is going to come down to the final second if he gets there, and I think he will. Just in the nick of time, that C4 is going to be planted, and Zello's now got a 1v1 to try and clutch up. AWP, not really the weapon that you'd want in this kind of scenario. Ijuo's got 2 flashbangs, but I'm not sure if he wants to deploy them. That'll give away his position. Enough time has passed that he could be absolutely anywhere right now, and he wants to keep that element of surprise. Zello's got to clear so many angles. He's got a kit, but he's got no util whatsoever. Taps the bomb to apply the pressure. Ijuo now has to question whether to peek or not. Goes for the jump spot, doesn't see anything. Zello's definitely seen him, though. Either way, he's heard it. Flash over the top, doesn't blind him, and Zello, what a flick! Oh my goodness. You've got to be seriously talented to hit a shot like that, and even though he's having a quiet map, he is unreal. Swaps out to the AK. It's overtime. He's got more than enough money to reinvest the AWP. That AK can go elsewhere. And oh my. Ijuo's got to be kicking himself there. He really has. He'd have been better off just jiggling it. Just jiggling the close angle, even though he's against an AWP. That might seem like the riskier play, but when you're jump spotting and you can't actually see anything, and then you have to continue to try and jump spot, it's gonna be red. Well, not even red. It's just, you're just gonna be shot. That's what happens. That's how it works. 21-20 could be the dying moments, the final round of this game potentially. Lots of early damage dealt. And I think Nexus, they've got that morale, they've got that momentum behind them right now after that big round. Oh no, Launix. Caught out by Catalyc. We could be going to triple OT. I wouldn't be surprised. Nothing surprises me at this point. I've casted too many games of Counter-Strike. Everything's possible. That's what I've learned. Five versus 4. Zello low on health. That early damage that was dealt by Nexus now doesn't seem too significant after the amount they've taken themselves. Raga on an interesting angle, but now needs to be wary of his backside. There's no real presence towards A. Now, little does he know, he can just stay on this angle. There's no one flanking him. Holmes, though, in a fantastic position. As that smoke fades, he's going to be a big player, but Raga takes down Ijuo. And as Rene gets spammed away, oh, it's all going south for Nexus right now. The AWP of Zello could try and pop through the smoke and deny this plant. Instead, it won't. BTN tries his luck, but he's not going to connect anything either. A man advantage and a retake that, well, they're going to have a go at it. There's nothing to lose. As the smoke starts to fade, Zello won't be able to spot Gigod. He's obviously tucked behind that pillar and he's not going to make himself known. As the M4 starts to work his way around, they do know he's there. He hasn't crossed since planting the bomb. As he swings wide, he takes one. BTN's there for the trade. Zello's still alive and kicking, but the bomb's in such a precarious position. As the flash goes forward, BTN tries to aggress. Zello takes one, but there's no way he can take both. There's no time on this C4. We're going to triple overtime, folks, as Marten stay alive. Catalyc even finishes off the final with the Tech 9 just to add insult to injury. And this one's not done yet. Whew. Sorry for the awkward silence. I'm taking a breather. I'm allowed it. It's been a long series. "52 kills. What a monster, Maki. He's on for like a record game right now. He's got to be. HLTV would update for me, and I'd be able to tell you, but it won't. It doesn't like me. Big aggression from Rene, though. Only the 1-for-1. We've seen that kind of push a fair few times, and it's had mixed success, to be honest. Four versus 4, Maki low. That's always worrying when your star player's low on health. He has swapped out to the AWP though, so maybe shouldn't be too much of a problem. BTN's aggression could be though, but what are those reactions? I think that's one of those moments where he's looked up at the minimap or something. We need that eye tracking technology. See exactly what went wrong there. Raga, bring the foot, the nade finishes him off. That's smart from Raga, I like that a lot. Knows if he pushes forward and swings too wide, then he'll probably die, so lines up with the toe, shoots him in the toe, gets the nade in, brings it into a 2-on-2. Very winnable for Nexus right now. Both of these teams are very low on health. What they need to make sure they don't do is time themselves out. They've got 3 flashbangs and a smoke. They could definitely smoke off main or smoke off the bomb and apply some pressure here. AWP from Maki though, swings wide, takes the first. His position now known. The flash will go in, but I don't think it's going to do all too much. Zello just trying to commit to the defuse. The spams are a little messy, but Marten prevail. 22-21. They take the lead. They take the opening round of OT3. And Maki ups his tally to 54, finding multi-kills in almost every single one of these rounds. And as I mentioned before, the rounds where he has a big impact are the rounds that it seems that Marten win. The rounds where he goes for something a little audacious at the start, which sometimes is what is needed to make these multi-kills happen. If it doesn't work out, that's where things go south for the side. Ooh, Zello. Misses by a whisker. Look how much damage has been done by that nade, though. Going into lower mid, there's 3 players packed in like sardines. Naichi absolutely demolishes them, and Zello's headshot does even further. Flashbang down. No swing off the back of it. Could have been a free B kill. G-God was right out in the open there. Still this man advantage. Not a single point of damage taken from Nexus just yet either, with a minute left on this clock. For Raga. On the angle, Molly goes down just as that smoke fades. It's going to force him right out. What a shot as well. Oh, that is crisp. Launix on an off angle. It's perfect. Maki will get that bomb tapped, but not actually fully planted. And Raga will take care of him. Swaps out to the AK. He wants that AWP again, though, so he's going to throw it away. Buy himself another sniper by the looks of things. In fact, he'll be dropped it. Now 2 AKs in play. Rene and BTN with them. 22-22. Neither team able to pull ahead. One of them will have to before we go into the second half of OT3. The question is, who will it be? Nexus, based on last round, I think my favoured team to do so. For Catalek. On the AWP, posted on the angle. Oh, spots the shoulder. Hello. Ding dong. There we go. See you later, Zello. Need to be aware of those. That's the thing. Ancient could do with some renovations. There's some gaps in the bricks. You need a bricklayer to go in and fill them in with cement. .5v4, lots of damage on this CT side, but to be fair, a fair amount in response as well. Catholic gets taken down by Raga, brings us back into a 4-on-4. Now a fairly even playing field. Whoops, still posted. Good read on the situation as the cross comes in. No one's expecting Raga to be holding from so far back, and that's the power that's on this A-bomb site. You can hold it from the CT spawn, and they can't cross without dealing with you, without smoking it. And Raga is the catalyst that gets that round going for Nexus, and everybody else chimes in to close it out. 23-22, a fantastic run there from Nexus. Nice little 2 on the trot, something that we've seen them struggle to pull off a few times. But now they've got the lead, the upper hand. 25 is what they're looking for. Launix has only just hit the 40 mark. That's the first man to hit the 40 bomb side of things on Nexus. For Maki, he's been there for ages. He's in the mid-50s. I'm not sure if I can take another overtime. A lot of people in the chat saying they can't take it anymore. You know what? I don't think I can take another overtime either. This is unbelievably close, though, and very exciting. Snake comes in, Rene. Does a tickle of damage. Doesn't do all too much. Maki's had some big plays from this position previously. Can he do it again? There's the first. Zello almost caught out as well with an AWP in that position. That's not what you want. 24 each brings us to double OT. Nexus are one away from it, but right now they've got a man disadvantage. I want to know what Maki's had for breakfast. Maybe he's had Maki's. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's the key. McDonald's breakfast. Launix will be the first to take contact here over towards the B-bomb site, and the contact is actually him just burning in the flames. Very well placed Molotov there from Catholic, and very well timed as well. Raga gets one back. It's actually a perfect trade, but Holmes there to deliver the damage. Big swing, big kill, 2-man advantage. BTN fully flashed. He wants to support from behind, but I think Raga's flashbang actually caused him the complications there. Grabs the C4, will be able to tap it down. No nades to force him out, but instead they'll just pressure him, and it's perfect. The duo takes care, and really, really perfect stuff. (23-23). 56 kills on Maki. This is unbelievable. At this point, this is like 2 games in 1. This is like 2 best of 3s in 1. You get like bonus content. This is like additional footage. Big kills in mid. Brings us back into a 3-on-3. Crazy aggression. Both of these teams are not playing this passive game anymore that we've been seeing previously. Both teams are really trying to get at each other's throats. Aggressive for the mid control every round. Maki's managed to drop the bomb really far back, but they're aware of his position. Tucked behind the box. There's kind of nowhere else he'd be in that scenario. Playing that cover. Does get pre-fired. Does some decent damage before he drops, though. Man advantage for Nexus. Trying to make this 24. Catholic, though, spots the head. Hits the shoulder. There you go. See you later, Rene. Back into a 2-on-2. Flashbang over. Launix with a quick headshot, though. And Zello taking the second. 24 for Nexus. Matt, series point for them. Do they take it or do they let it slip again? Of course, it's overtime. There's still money. Economy's not a factor right now. But we could see another OT. What's concerning for me right now is Holmes had a massive impact towards the second portion of the game. Now, obviously, his stats are really skewed because he disconnected. But he disconnected quite some time ago. And he's currently sitting 3 to 12. So I think he disconnected like 14 rounds ago or something like that. He's only found 3 kills in that time. So really struggling to have a big impact here. At a time like this where big impact is definitely needed. It's definitely concerning. Particular damage early on to a duo. For Gigod. This is to try and stay alive. Marten, big flash. He has to fall away. Bomb site potentially lost here as Gigod drops a duo over towards Donut. Smoked off, knows there's nothing he can do to defend it. Catholic wants to get involved with the AWP, but he's mollied away. C4 is going to go down. Maki on a very late flank. Catholic does take Rago, who's getting aggressive though. Back into the 4-on-4. Could find another here. The cross though is just too slow. Maki takes one in mid, but he's miles away from the action. A man advantage. But he's only just joining the party. Zello on the cross. Needs to hit this shot as the push comes through. Launix drops. BTN takes the headshot. Zello with another. Duo takes one. Brings it back into a 2-on-2. They don't have a lot of time. A big whip on the AWP shot from Zello. But he's still alive. BTN just needs to hold this for a couple of seconds longer and he can't. Maki finds the kill. We're going to quad overtime. 24 to 24. Maki's on 58 kills. What is going on? I'm struggling, folks. I'm struggling. I might need a biscuit break or something. Oh. Are we going for the record? I almost broke the record about a year ago. I was covering a game, Young Ninjas versus K23. Went to like 85 rounds or something ridiculous. I thought I had it then. We're still far away from it here though. That was ridiculous. I remember I got like donations after that match. That was stupid. It was like the longest match I've ever covered ever. This one's getting there. Big round from Marten though. Loads of presence towards mid, 3 early kills. Catholic, big headshot as well. BTN drops and Zello left in the 1 versus 5. He got able to take care of him though. 25 to 24, Marten take the lead. I would like to see them, or either one of these teams right now, just put their foot down at this point. Just put their foot down and have a 3 in a row. We've seen double overtime in the first map of this series, and now quad overtime here on Ancient, and not a single one of these teams within that time have been able to have a flawless half on an overtime. They've not been able to take 3. Every single half has been a 2-1 either way. One of these teams, surely, that's what it takes to win it. I'm certain of it. That is what it's going to take to win it. One of these teams needs to put their foot down and take 3 in a row. That's what will be the closer. Daniel Aaron, who gets 26 wins? No, right now they're playing for 28, I believe. Yeah, they're playing for 28. 24 each, they're playing for 28. It's kind of heartbreaking looking at that that past round in that post plant. Zello going for that AWP peak from A main. He definitely should have hit that shot. That should have been his all day long. Had he have connected it, he could have definitely still lost the round. It wouldn't have definitely secured it, but it would have made it far more likely. And I think in little high-pressure situations like that, when you're not connecting those key shots, that's the big difference maker. People are doing exclamation mark caster. I'm M&J. That's me. And I'm really cool. At least my parents think so. Hope you're doing okay. Thank you very much. I'm doing alright. I'm fine. It's just been a long game. But yeah, when you do the exclamation mark caster, it comes up on my Twitter. So you gotta go follow me. That's my term. That's what I want. I cast this really, really long match of Counter-Strike for you. You follow me on Twitter. Thank you very much, lovely people of Twitch. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. How is this caster not tilted after so many OTs? Trust me, Lavish, I am a little bit. I'm just really good at hiding it. I do want one of these teams to win. We can't just be here forever. And the sooner it happens, the better for everyone, I think. But no, this is quite exciting. Wow, Lanix has 12 double kills. Zello is 10-3 in duels against Catalog. That's a big statistic. I've been saying that Catalog's sort of been struggling with this orb. He's definitely been picking it up in overtime, but when it comes to those duels with Zello, he's just not on par. Not this game, at least. Now, I don't know what the current technical issue is. I will try and find out for you. Let me have a look. The answer is, I don't know. The admins haven't said anything. But hopefully it'll be sorted swiftly. Someone left the server at the start of this timeout, and I hear lots of clicks in the chat, which normally means that, like, they're typing to each other. Hopefully it's, yes, the problem is fixed. We can restart soon, instead of it being, the problem is still a problem. But now we've seen someone from Marten disconnect, so I don't know. This is quite a change, though. Yesterday I was covering the one-win game, where I think they won, it was 2-0, and they won like 16-3 and 16-2 or something. This is what I get. This is karma. I never just get an easy 2-0 and get away with it. I get an easy 2-0, and then I get one of these. Someone said it'd be nice if I was paid per round. For this game, definitely. If I was paid per round for this game, this would be huge. This series, but overall, nah. I think it eventually always evens out. It would always even out. What's my rank? I currently am LEM, but I think I have 9,000 hours and would consider myself better than LEM. But I am rubbish. I'm sure you could beat me, Mr. I've lost it. I've lost your message. Rabid. Right, I'm going to mute up for a minute while we fix this problem, and you can listen to some music. Right, we're back. Sorry for the delays, folks, but the pause, whilst it was to sort out ping and reset the server, gave me time to have a snack, so I'm ready. I'm re-energized. Let's bring the overtimes. Let's go for the world record. 25-24. Marten currently still in the lead. Heavy presence towards mid once again, this time getting super aggressive. Ragga ready to try and bite back, and oh my goodness, that's a snappy headshot. In response, Rene's able to trade it back though. 4 versus 3. Minute 15 on this clock. Zello. Ooh, that was a funky flash. See how that bounced? Like bounced off of the brick and kind of went up and then down again. That's such a bizarre pop flash. 1-for-1 trades happening once again. Favouring Nexus though. Man advantage still in their favour. Holmes. He's really struggled to have an impact going into these later overtime rounds. Now, needs to make a big play. I think he's just spotted the barrel and there's the pre-fire. Free stuff for him. It's free real estate. This time his head's poking over though. Needs to be careful. And oh my goodness, the head angle works wonders for him. I said he needed to pull out a big impact. He's almost sort of doubled his frag count since he reconnected from the server. A massive play from the man. Zello left in the 2-on-1. I said for one of these two teams to close this one out, I'm pretty certain that one of these sides has to have a flawless half on one of these overtimes. This could be it for Marten if they can close out this one. Zello, he'd sat in the smoke for so long. Unanticipated. I was surprised Gigod didn't see that leg poking out. Different graphic settings. Also, I don't know how that looked without the X-ray on as well. But there you go, 26-24. If Marten can take this third round, then they'll have 3 chances to close. They will have secured the 5th overtime. I don't even know what it starts to be called. Like quad overtime, and then it goes like quintuple overtime. What's the word for 5? No one's ever got this far. I'm joking, but man advantage for Nexus. It's Maki. Looks to try and hit the 60 bomb. We don't see it very often in CS. It's once in a blue moon you see a player hit a 60 bomb in a map. You know, 60 kills is normally good for a series, let alone a single map, and right now the man's hit it. 61 to his name as he takes 2 before he falls through the smoke, bringing the numbers back to even. You can always rely on Maki for plays like that. When you're a man down in an integral moment, he doubles up, goes 2 for 1. Catalic, big whiff from him though. Loses out on the fight. Holmes trades it. 2 versus 2. And oh my goodness, Holmes. What the hell was that? A ridiculous spray. Gigod's not even needed because Marten have made it 27. I think this might be it. Unless Nexus can pull 3 in a row here on their CT side. Marten have got 3 chances to close. And I'm sorry that there was such a big delay there. There's like this big tech pause to potentially just end it within a couple of rounds. I don't know. I feel like for people that stuck around, they wanted to see more Counter-Strike. Maybe not. Maybe you guys in the chat just wanted it to end. I don't know. Either way, double up setup here on the CT side. We saw them run it on Dust 2. It had mild success. This time Ragga getting super aggressive. Knows that he wants to make a big impact play. Oh, they anticipate it though. I'm not sure if they heard the scope. They might have. But Ragga hitting shots like there's no tomorrow. 2 kills in a scenario like that. I'd expect him to be dead without even 1. If he hits 1, I'd expect it to be the only kill that he finds. But doubling down there with that no scope, unreal. Man advantage here for Nexus. Site obtained by Marten, but they haven't got this bomb planted yet. And by the fact that they haven't planted it while the smokes are still down, makes me think that either they want to find more kills before doing so, or bearing in mind there's still lots of time on the clock, they're even thinking about going back. It's got to be the former at this point. Big kill evens out the numbers. Zello gone. the big AWP man. And at this point, I don't even know how many kills is good. Everyone's on 40 bombs because we're 50 rounds into the game. Holmes with a big headshot. This is where the big impacts come in. That extended break seems to have given him a new burst of energy. Flash over the top, 2 versus 2. This is for the game for Marten, but they can't connect the shot. Maki, when called upon, couldn't deliver. And now, Katalik knows that they've got a crossfire. 30 seconds he's got to try and break it. He hasn't got time to go back, despite the fact he's got the bomb on his back. And that smoke somewhat isolates these fights a little bit. Actually gives him some space to just get the bomb down as well. That smoke's just helped him out completely. Instead of getting 1 kill before going for the plant, he's just going to plant it, fall right back. I wouldn't say he's got an advantage in this situation, but he's definitely got a better chance than he did a few seconds prior. Holding the angle. Rene, if he peeks around this side, he'll definitely be taken down. If he tries to push through, maybe the same outcome occurs. Oh, the shot through the smoke doesn't connect, though. And there it is. Nexus, they make it 25. That was close. That was unbelievably close. If Katalik had hit that shot and got him off the bomb, that could have been it. That could have absolutely been it. Yeah, quintuple. Okay. All right. Thank you, Meet. Was it Meet the Pete? Yeah, Meet the Pete. Thanks, man. Cool name as well. Hopefully your name is actually Pete, and then it works. 27 to 25. Still a chance that Nexus hold on here, but they've still got to win 2 in a row to take us to a 5th overtime. And Marten look like they're about to just not waste any time here and just execute onto the A site. They've had some decent success with it so far this game, and there you go. Big stack on mid and B. Not much presence here on the A side of things. BTN has to fall right back as well, and 5v5 retake. 5v4 now as Maki finds 1. 63 kills now. He's not done yet. He wants more. He's going for the 100 bomb. We're going to be here all night, folks. The game doesn't end until Maki's content with his frag count. I'm just joking. That's not a real thing. Katalik, though, on the angle. Raga, if he peeks into it, could be in trouble. Smokes go down, though, and with the smoke on the bomb, this could be the difference maker. Maki finding another, though. They're just going for the defuse. The spam's come through. Maki takes care of it. No one else but him that could do it. And BTN and Rene make it happen. Maki spamming away. Is it an ace to finish? Yes, it is. Maki, 5 kills in the final round to make it happen. 67 frags to the man. What is that? That is absolutely unbelievable. What a hell of a match. 28 to 25, the longest series I've covered in quite some time. I think my camera's really out of focus. I'm not sure how that's happened. Oh, there we go. That's not too bad. Thank you very much, everybody, for sticking around for that one. That was a hell of a game. I think we'll take a look at the bracket before, or not the bracket, you know, the Swiss table, whatever it's called, before we head off. But it's been a long stream. It's been a long day. We've really, really overrun on this one. And, oh, okay, the tables. Oh, there we go. It's refreshed. Marten there, 2-0. Big, big series from them, a big game. Massive kudos to Maki as well. He's definitely deserving of a big pat on the back after that tonight. That brings Nexus down to the 1-on-1 side of things. On the bottom end of the bracket, Double O Nation, For Glory and Levadia, and on the top end, One Win, Finest and Marten. So some interesting upsets, and I'm excited to see what happens over the next couple of days. That's all from me, folks. Thank you very, very much for joining us. I'm not going to be on for a few days, but I'll be back with more action in a few days. And obviously, the Pinnacle 4 series has got more action throughout the entire week. So make sure you catch us tomorrow and throughout the entire tournament. Thank you, everybody, so much again, and I'll see you all very soon. Have a good night. Bye-bye.